Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear learners. Welcome to English Grade 9 video lessons. I'm your instructor Zia Hamid. How are you? I hope that you're having good time and learning a lot of new things. So we are going to deal with our competency of oral communication. This is our lecture number 7 and the topic is extended discussions. So let's begin by reading our SLO. It says, engage in extended discussions. So it's self-explanatory. We will be learning about engaging in extended discussions. Discussions that are they are kept going through by using different prompts and different questions. So we will be learning that how can we learn more about any topic or anything that we are discussing about in detail. By using extended discussions, we learn more about the topic that is under discussion. So this activity, this skill is very helpful. So let's get started. Here is a vertical linkage of this SLO. It says engage in extended discussions and debates, taking into account other speakers' viewpoints and representing one's own with clarity and coherence. You have already studied this in grade 8. So, but now let's take it one step further and understand that how can we make our discussions long-lasting and more fruitful. But first, let's look at a verse from the Holy Quran. Let's begin with the name of Allah. So this is from Surah Al-Nahl, verse 125. It says, invite all to the way of your Lord with wisdom and kind advice, and only debate with them in the best manners. Surely your Lord alone knows best who has strayed from his way and who is rightly guided. Subhanallah, this is such a strong ayah from the Holy Quran. It teaches us the manners of doing arguments or debates with others, and you have to be respectful. So we learned that engaging in discussion arguments, it's very important. So now here let's engage in a pre-reading activity. We have a question here. It says, what is extended discussion and why is it important in various contexts? So my dear learners, think about it. Storm your brains. Why do we engage in extended discussions? What is the purpose behind it? We want to talk about any topic or anything in detail. We want to learn more anecdotes and more points. Obviously, we do discussions to persuade the other person, and there are so many other purposes also. So think about that. Why is it important and why is it very crucial for you? Now, after understanding the importance, let's get started with an activity. It says, choose any topic of your interest and talk about it in pairs or make groups. Take, for example, any topic between you and your fellow and prolong the discussion. Ask more questions, and we will be seeing more techniques about it later in the lesson. Now, the topic is extended discussions, as you already know. So let's see. Extended conversations are rich back and forth exchanges that help children develop more complex language and thinking skills. So the idea is to help people, here the word children is used, or adults, to develop in a long-lasting discussion. And this will increase your knowledge also, and this will also increase the other person's knowledge. So this is the purpose. And did you guys notice the word back and forth? Yes, you take turns when you are discussing, right? This discussion can't be happen when one person is talking only. So why extended discussions are encouraged and why do we do them? So extended discussions are encouraged for the following reasons. It's for understanding something deeply or deep understanding, collaborative learning. You learn and collaborate with the person that you're having a discussion with, encouraging engagement, critical thinking development, enhance communication skills, promote critical inquiry, critical thinking or discussion, and facilitating problem solving. So these are important reasons why we are being encouraged for extended discussions. Now, asking questions lead to extended discussions. This is very important. If you don't ask questions, and if you're not being asked questions, then the discussion will be over in no time. We don't need that. We need it to be a prolonged discussion. We need to get most out of the discussion, so we use questions. Now, here's a question. How does asking questions to extend conversations benefit teachers? How does it benefit the teachers? It provides a lens into the students' perspectives. So informs teachers of students' thinking processes. This is how it helps your teachers also. And ultimately, the teacher helps you in acquiring a more sophisticated communication skill. So this is why asking questions is important. Let's see that questions that continue conversations. What are those questions? We will see it in the next slides. But those are called open-ended questions. Open-ended questions are questions that end with a very interesting anecdote, and it encourages the person to answer it. So hence, it will prolong the discussion. So a question with many answers, it requires more than a one-word response. If you ask questions that require more than one word, it will prolong your discussions. It also allows children to express their ideas and opinions. So this is all about open-ended questions. So questions that stop conversations, and we don't want to use them. So they are like rhetorical, no response really needed. So in those questions, there's just simple either no answers or one-word answers, and we would avoid it in order to prolong the discussion. Either they are too simple or complex to answer. So there are some examples here. So what is it? What is this called? So if you ask this question, it will be ended with a simple definition or a one-word answer. Hence, the conversation cannot be taken further. And questions like, are you having fun? The person would say yes or no. Did you play in the block area? It also requires an answer of yes or no. How are the balls the same as the oranges? Also requires a simple and just a normal answer. That's a large tree, isn't it? This also requires a very simple answer. So we should avoid these questions, and on the contrary, we should ask more open-ended questions. So we have questions like what, when, who, where, why. These are our 5 W's. Remember that. Asking these questions will extend your discussion. Points to keep in mind for extended discussions. You have to show respect, consider active listening, constructive contribution in the discussion. You have to stay on the topic, ask questions, take turns, avoid dominating the discussion, and reflect learning. You have to have a learning and a very positive attitude in order to prolong the discussion. So now we have a very interesting video, a very good conversation between two people. I hope that you will enjoy watching this video. For classroom activity, on page 11 we have this question: discuss the historical significance of the Treaty of Hudaybiyah for Muslims in small groups. How did it impact the perception of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a leader, and what long-term consequences did it have for the Muslim community? So then you have to listen to each other's views attentively and share your viewpoints. And this will help you extend the discussion, where you will take turns, ask open-ended questions, and the other things that we have learned. And remember the 5 W's also. My dear fellow teachers, here is a worksheet attached in the description of the video. You can find it easily. Now for the homework, we have a question here, a prompt. It says, have a discussion on topic at home with your siblings, your parents, or cousins, keep in view the points that lead to extended discussions. I hope that you remember those points, those questions, and those tricks to prolong the discussion. So practice it with your family, with your siblings, and then you will be good to go. So at the end, we have some resources here, a worksheet, a presentation, and finally a lesson plan. These things are attached in the description of the video. Until next time, thank you so much. I hope that you have understood it. See you in the next video lesson. Allah Hafiz.